Funniest news, though, of course, is Picoin is down massively right now. Almost 20% over the past 24 hours. It's down to 50 cents. I think it even went down to 40 cents for a little bit. I kind of said at one point, anytime Picoin goes over $1, I'm going to short it. So, we started that back then. That seemed to have played out nicely. So, good call on my part, I'd say. We also have a ton of unlocks coming for Picoin up in July here. So pretty soon, Pi is going to have an immense amount of sell pressure as more of its supply unlocks, and they reduce the fees for, early unlocking, because currently there's a lot of fees involved in burning that goes on with early unlocking. That being said, the Pi community is claiming that each coin is going to be worth $314,159 based on the global consensus value. If you want to hear as much cope as you possibly can, the Pi network user base expanded rapidly. The GCV vision has gained traction among early adopters and Pi pioneers. At the heart of this effort are GCV ambassadors or community advocates working to promote a fixed value inspired by the mathematical constant of Pi. The suggested price point is $314,159. Is viewed by supporters as a symbolic anchor for belief, unity, and ecosystem credibility. While this valuation is community-led and not officially recognized, it represents a growing grassroots movement within the Pi network ecosystem. If you wanted to run into the most delusional people on the internet, I guess join the Pi community. Just to give you guys some background on that, currently the circulating supply is $7.43 billion, billion Pi, excuse me. But the total supply at the end of the day is going to be 100 billion. Just to give you an idea right now, the fully diluted values at 52.49 billion. If we compare that to the rest of the top 100 cryptocurrencies, you're at, what is this? 1 million, 2 million, or 1 million, or 1 million, 1 billion, 2 trillion for Bitcoin. But you have 300 billion for Ethereum. You got XRP at 100 billion. You got BNB at 91 billion. Solana at 76 billion. And then Dogecoin even is only at 26 billion. So you expect me to believe that this cryptocurrency is going to be, worth, fully diluted value of 52 billion. It's just unrealistic at the end of the day. And then you want to take it from 50 cents to $314,000 when Bitcoin's only at 100K and struggling to stay above it. Yeah, not happening, dude. Not happening at all. Now, people are expecting the price to go up on Pi Day. Maybe there will be enough of a push to bring the price of Picoin up on Pi Day, just from marketing, etc. And a majority of the unlocks still will not have been being executed at that point. But I think once we start seeing more of those unlocks here in July, it's just going to get worse and worse. So maybe we see a little bit of a pump up coming on July 28th, 2025. I mean, as you are aware, there are a ton of people participating within the Pi network. So there is, a lot of public sentiment surrounding it, a lot of copium, a lot of hopium, a lot of people trying to invest in the project and trying to keep the price inflated as much as possible. Always be wary of communities and community members trying to convince you to purchase something, though. I've already gone in depth as to the, multi-level marketing strategies Pi has executed, the fact that their consensus mechanism is not true proof of work, and a bunch of other red flags in previous videos, so you can go check that out if you're interested in that. And Pure Crypto Boss says, I didn't do Pi because every KOL was pushing it. I mean, it is one of those things too where, like, Pi is the epitome of like multi-level marketing in the fact that like the earlier you get in and the more influence you have over other people and the market, the more money you're going to make. And that just has always been, you know, a recipe for disaster. Whether we're talking about Pi or we're talking about, you know, BitConnect, or we're talking about anything in the likes, right? So I think it's smart to be, it's funny, but it is smart. I will say, I think it's smart of you to be, you know, suspicious whenever you start seeing a lot of KOLs, key opinion leaders, for those that are not in the know yet, influencers, aka influencers, crypto influencers specifically, promoting any particular project. There should be a red flag. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again, whether it be the BitBoy crypto, the altcoin dailies, or the, you know, go all the way back to Trayvon James. Anytime you see somebody with a significant following pushing a cryptocurrency, it usually ends poorly for everybody that follows along, right? I mean, and I think that's been proven time and time again here recently. Even if you're looking at something, you know, released with the name of the US president on it that was actually endorsed by the US president, if you come along behind that, you're probably going to get hurt, right? And that is just what it is at the end of the day. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.